So today, since it's Fitness Monday, I couldn't find like a cute name for that, but as I mentioned in my last video, every Monday I'm going to be posting fitness videos for you guys, so you can always leave questions down below. But today's topic is very interesting. Not really interesting, it's more annoying for me, and I wanted to get it out there and be one of the first videos that I ever put up so you guys are well informed about it, and we can move past it so I can never hear the word again. Whew. So, the number one question that I receive, and I'm sure if you're a personal trainer or, online training, whatever, I'm sure you receive emails or comments like this daily, mostly from women, and the comment usually is, I don't want to really get muscular. I don't want to build any kind of muscle. I just want to tone my arms, or I just want to tone my legs. I just want to have a toned belly. I wish I had like $1 for every single time I heard that. Every single time I got an email, I would be so freaking rich. Really rich, guys. That's what I'm going to be talking about. What is toned? How do you get toned? And yeah, first of all, I want to start off by saying I hate that word. If you're one of my clients, or if you join any of my online challenges, I want you to just stay away from that word, just because it's being toned is a myth, especially the way that women look at it. Women that are just getting into weightlifting, the way that they define toned basically means to have like a sculpted body, obviously fairly thin, sculpted, and they want tight, firm skin, right? That's what you guys mean when you mean toned. It would be fine if the word toned was being used in the proper context, where in this case it's not. Telling me that you just want toned arms, but you don't want to build any muscle, you don't really want to do resistance training. Getting toned is not possible without that. Toning requires two things. Number one, increasing your muscle tissue, and number two, reducing excess fat. And reducing the excess fat is going to show you the muscle definition and tighten up your skin without it being all flabby, basically, and giving you the toned look. Now, you can't achieve being toned and tight without building muscle mass, and you can't achieve it without lifting weights. You can achieve it by doing cardio, but once again, you're not going to be firm, You're not going to have a tight, firm body without the resistance training. It would be fine if someone said, I want to be toned, I want to have toned arms, and they're talking about, lifting weights, and they want to build lean muscle mass, and they're trying to lose fat. What bothers me is when females come and they say, or you see like a female that's, let's say she wants to work on her arms, she wants to have toned arms, and all she does at the gym is just straight arm workouts, bicep curls, tricep extensions, all of that stuff. High reps, and she'll be holding like a 2-pound dumbbell. Now, doing 100 bicep curls, doing 100 tricep extensions, is this gonna help tone up that girl or that woman? No. And the reason being is that in order to have, to get firm, you need to have lean muscle mass, and in order to get lean muscle mass, you need to lift weights, you need to have resistance training, and you need to put your muscle in some sort of stress that's gonna cause it to strengthen up and to grow. Let me tell you something. All we can do, all that we have power to do is to either grow our muscle or to strengthen it. So our muscles don't just get hard and soft. You can't have the same size muscle and it just firm up, it just gets hard. You either have to grow it in order to get it firmed up, or you shrink it to get it softer. So now you must be saying, okay, laiba, like I get it, I need to lift weights in order to get toned, and I need to, okay, I'm just gonna go and pick up like a 2-pound dumbbell and start repping out like 100 reps. That's not what you're gonna do. Low resistance, high reps, and no stress on the muscle is not gonna get you there. You must do higher reps and something that's gonna cause tension to your muscle to help it grow. A rep range between 8 to 12 is usually good for normal people. And do sets of 3 to 5. Like, you don't have to do crazy amount of reps. You're not gonna get anywhere. If anything, like, sure, it'll stimulate the muscle a little bit, but it's not gonna get you that toned look. Mixing a proper resistance training routine with good nutrition and cardio. You know, cardio is another thing, and to get that toned look, you can't just lift weights and not get rid of the excess fat under the skin. The only way that you're going to be able to have tight, firm muscles and a tight, firm body is if you're getting rid of the excess fat that's underneath the skin as well. That's the only way that you're going to see, you know, the results. That's the only way you're going to get tightened up. That's the only way you're going to lose those flabby arms, is if you're also losing fat. That makes sense, right? It's pretty straightforward. Now, the reason I decided to make this, to make this video, I was gonna make it for you guys anyways, but I posted a picture yesterday, which was the picture of my, me and my forearms, my vascular forearms, and it caused a little bit of what's the word? I mean, I didn't get negative comments, but there was like a few girls that just felt the need to say, you know what, let me just read the comment. She wrote, "Not my taste. I want to have toned arms, but not have my veins pop out like that. I still want to be feminine. That looks really scary." So, if you guys are scared of vascularity, just know that yes, of course, vascularity comes from lifting heavy weights, but also it comes from having a low body fat percentage. If you're trying to get toned and you're trying to lose fat, you're gonna get some kind of vascularity, especially if you get to the lower numbers, you're gonna have vascularity. There's no way you won't. Now, the amount of vascularity and where you're gonna get it depends on your genetics, but telling me that I look, that my veins on my forearms are too muscular for you has nothing to do with being bulky, or you know what I'm talking about? In order to get toned, you need to be lean. The way you get lean is by building lean muscle mass and getting rid of excess fat. Getting rid of excess fat will cause some kind of vascularity on your body. So I explained this to her. I said exactly what I just said to you. She said, you can get toned without looking muscular like that. To each their own, different goals, I guess. So, guys, what I do to get toned and lean is nothing different than what you would do to get toned. I don't do anything different from you guys. I don't take steroids. I don't take any kind of crazy supplements. I do what you do to get freaking toned, okay? What is that? What do I do? Resistance training, heavy weights, and cardio. My veins on my forearms are because of a low body fat percentage. That has nothing to do with someone wanting to look toned and not how I look. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? So many women think that girls with muscles do something different than what you want to do to get freaking toned. We don't do anything different than what you would do to get toned, okay? We lift weights, you lift weights, we do cardio, you do cardio. It's as simple as that. We're not doing anything different than what you are or what you would do to get toned. All that we're doing is we're doing it with heavy weights and we're seeing the results. Now, you can stop at a certain extent. Let's say you lose 2% body fat and you don't want to be super cut. Then that's it. That's where your tone stops. Then you stop progressing more. Then you don't have to lift heavier weights. You just try to maintain, okay? People with muscles, women with muscles that you see that you don't want to be as muscular as, they just keep progressing. We keep pushing our body because we want to hit new limits. Now, if your goal is not to be as muscular, as cut, as lean, you don't have to get there. But we don't do anything different than what you would do. All we do is we keep going because we want to progress more. You are, more than welcome to stop after you reach your goal. What scares me the most is that I feel like when people refer to being toned, I feel like women or anyone that I feel like women these days are referring to being skinny fat. Do you guys know what skinny fat is? It's just like, let's take your average regular looking girl. Most girls are skinny fat if they're not working out. I was skinny fat before. So it's just, no muscle mass. Have you ever seen those girls that are really thin, but they're all flubbery, they're thin, but there's no muscle mass. It's not hard, it's not firm. It's just, I feel like that's what a lot of people refer to when they want to be toned. They just want to be small and they don't want to have a lot of muscle definition, which is totally understandable. But where it goes wrong is just that, you know, with the misconception, they don't know how to get there. And then they start putting down these other girls who are lifting weights and who have more muscle definition, who are leaner, because they think that those girls are doing something else to look that manly and that muscular, when in fact, if they wanted to get toned, you know, the proper way, the actual way to get toned, they would be doing the same thing as those girls. Guys, don't be afraid of building muscle. Don't be afraid. You're not gonna get bulky. I'll insert a picture. You can see that 1 pound of muscle compared to 1 pound of fat. Do you guys see that difference? So you're not gonna lose anything from gaining lean muscle mass. Of course, if you mix, you know, the 1 pound of muscle and a 1 pound of fat, if you mix those together, that's huge. But imagine if you're building just the 1 pound of muscle and at the same time you're losing that much fat. Do you see how much you're replacing with muscle? You are gonna get that toned look that you're going for with the lean muscle mass, you know? You have to do cardio, you have to have nutrition, and you must do resistance training, and you'll be well on your way to that toned look. You'll honestly, and you're not gonna regret it. So 1 pound of muscle will burn about 25 to 30 calories a day. Compare that to 1 pound of fat, which only burns about 5 calories a day. That's a huge difference. So the more lean muscle mass, the more muscle mass you have, the more calories you're burning, and this in turn will help you maintain that toned look you're going for. In terms of the workouts, you guys don't have to do anything crazy if you don't want to. Just perform big compound movements, squats, bench press, overhead shoulder presses. All of these are compound movements that involve a lot of muscle groups at one time and not just single ones, and this will in turn help you do your overall body. It'll help you work your body overall instead of focusing on one thing a day, which beginners usually don't want to do because they don't have that much time or that much knowledge. You guys just do compound movements, squats, overhead press, there's bench press, push-ups, everything like that. Those are those are full body workouts that you can do in order to achieve your toned look. I hope that you're leaving this video with knowing what it means to be toned. If you go to someone and you know your intention all this time was, I want to be toned, I don't want to be muscular, that won't happen, you know. Muscular, I understand, you don't want to have a lot of definition, that's fine. But in order to get toned, you need to have lean muscle mass, and you need to also do cardio and lose some fat to tighten up, right? So if you can help me out, what is toned to you? There's a bunch of different body fat percentages, you know. There's 10% body fat, 15% body fat, 18% body fat, 22% body fat. What is being toned to you? That's all I want to know. Everyone has their different definition of it. Please let me know, and I will see you guys in my next video. Oh, and also my hair, let me get that out there. I didn't do it myself. I did get it done by a girl in Toronto, so I'll have her email down below for you guys if you're in Toronto and you want to get it done by her. But yeah, so that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new, and I will see you next time. Take care, guys.